I want you to picture however high this is. We have a measuring tape. So say this is 24 inches. I put their feet 24 inches away from the jump. So you can picture I have a triangle here. So this is 24 inches, their feet. So let's say their feet is right where this dumbbell is. They have to hold a sit, that's why they're 14 months old at the time. I have the leash here, I tap the jump, and I go hop, and it's even lower than this. Hop, and then I move my food, so they have to land a little further than 24 inches. It's double the length. Does that make sense? They hear the word hop. So hop is a command like sit or plots. Once they're good at that, this starts to go up. So see now they're at 36 inches. I put their feet 36 inches back, and we're gonna call this a bounce jump. You just bounce over. I have the leash here, hop. Now I put it back down. Now they're learning what the word hop means. I put them at that 24 inches away. I say hop. Now let's say my dog comes around like Polly's dog did. I say nope, 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 nope. This has nothing to do with the dumbbell now. Does that make sense? There's no reward. That's their no reward marker from steps 5 through 8. I do it again, maybe hold the food up a little, hop. Now I bring my hand down once they jump. Why don't I put my food here for the jump? They drag their rear end and that's when they start hitting the jump. You want, like in the horse world, scope, right? So you want them to actually arc, not butt, down. All right, then we do a one stride jump. So say this is, actually let's just say we're at full height, 39.5 inches, 1 meter. I measure 39.5 inches back, and now I do a body length for one stride. So now for the first time, I'm gonna do one stride and then bounce. You want it to be like a long jumper, where they're not looking for their takeoff point, where they're like stuttering. The whole reason for that bounce is they learn where to take off. Now they're one stride back. I say hop, and now I'm like, these dogs are jumping every time. Now I go all the way back down to 24 inches, and we call this 50-50. I take the dog 2 strides back, and they line up their chest on that pole. You guys can picture this? My dog's now on this pole 2 strides back. I call it 50-50 because now the pole is splitting the dog in half. It has 50% chance coming around, 50% going over. I say, hop, and now my dog comes around. What do I say? Nope, 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 nope. I put them back on 50-50, and now I take one step over to my left. Hop, they come over, click. I'm teaching off-center jumping. The very last thing that I do is throw the dumbbell. I got too extreme with my dog Arno. I could be here and him in front, me standing like this, hop, and he would run and jump like this without me pointing anything. Hop is a command like plot or sit, which means they have to do this. Make sense?
Why is that too extreme?
Because that's the jump.
I know, but I mean, it worked for the purpose though, right?
Yeah, it did, but I'm like, why am I going this far? How about this?
I got you.
I did it for a bad throw on a dumbbell that a judge says I can't do a rethrow. So like, let's just say,
it takes a bad bounce.
Yeah, it takes a bad bounce, and the judge doesn't like me, and it ends up over there on a bad bounce. Now I say, hop, my dog better not go around that. Hop, bring, and you come back around on a bad throw. So the very first thing that first time I throw the dumbbell, and guess what the last thing I do on a jump is? Throw the dumbbell. It's the last thing. Now it's like, they're not going around. I know they're not going around because I have my off-center jumping that's extreme. Now I throw my dumbbell straight. I say, hop, bring. They already know the flat bring. And guess what I say when they get the dumbbell? Hop again. I use a second hop command. And I segue out of that getting ready for a trial. Hop, bring, hop. So they hear that command, hop. And then, of course, like 2 months before the trial, I get rid of the second hop command. Does that make sense? Then the dumbbell never has anything negative. Because the more I say no, then dogs don't want to leave, and then they get, like in a turmoil. It's just something to think about, you guys. And by the way, when I'm doing off-center jumping, I never go full height. Well, off-center jumping is always low like this. I don't want to mess up their form. You know what I mean? So I don't want like 39